Yes, once again, checking in. It's your boy P from Pinpoint Pictures. Welcome back to all my fellow subscribers. And if this is your first time checking me out, hit that like button and subscribe before you go and check out the heat that'll be coming. But today I got a special video for you because I'm talking about one of my favorite, all-time favorite series. Definitely my favorite anthology series of all time, Tales from the Crypt. That horror anthology, you know, that had that wisecracking corpse, the Crypt Keeper, everybody's favorite host. You know, he come out the coffin cackling and then get ready to tell you the story. Had a whole bunch of special guests all through the series. You know, a bunch of big time names that we know today. We've seen Arnold Schwarzenegger produce produce and write one of the episodes in the series, but all the major stars that you know of today, a lot of them started off in episodes of this or definitely had cameo appearances in episodes. The show ran for 7 seasons on HBO from 1989 to 1996. So I'm going to tell you about the 8 great episodes of Tales from the Crypt. And I'm going to start off with The Man Who Was Deaf. Starring William Sadler, we follow Niles Talbot, who loses his job as state executioner of 12 years, which drives him to take the law into his own hands. So this one is the first episode of the entire series, and it kind of sets the tone for how they're gonna go with the rest of the series. This one starts off crazy. I love how he's breaking that fourth wall and he's talking crazy. He say a lot of funny things in here. This is how they mix a lot of humor with their horror. Once dude loses his job, he goes crazy. You know, everybody that gets acquitted for their crimes, he goes after them on his own, does his own little thing because he loves electricity. He feels like he knows how to get back at him in his own special way. But then once the tables get turned on him, the same way that the episode starts is the same way it ends for him. Instead, now, you know, he's in the, you know, shoes on the other foot. I mean, but this is one of my favorite episodes of all. William Sadler always gets down in anything that he usually plays in, so he doesn't disappoint in this. It's got great acting, and this is, like I said, the first episode to start the series. So this is 89, 90 when they were doing this, and this type of story, great writing for it, and he's perfect for the acting. So definitely check out that The Man Who Was Deaf.
I told him, don't worry. The governor gonna call.
Number 7 on my list is Split Second, starring Brian James and Michelle Johnson. This one's about a beautiful bar waitress looking for some excitement who marries an insecure lumber camp owner, then starts seducing one of his new employees. This is a crazy episode. You got a top-notch, beautiful woman with this kind of crazy-looking lumberjack owner that she's with just because he's rich, you know, and the way he finds her is kind of crazy in the bar. But you see that she was already troubled, and this is a toxic relationship straight from the gate. But my man falls in love with her, marries her. He don't want anybody, no other females on the camp. He's the only one that got one. So I mean, that creates a problem anyway. Everybody's looking at her. She's the only female walking around in little shorts, things like that. Dude's insecure, beating up his employees, talking crazy to him all day, every day. Then they get the young boy in here, the young bull that she really wants to try to seduce. My man is fighting with every urge, and she just keeps on until, you know, they got this crazy twist in the end, which is another reason why I love it, because when they get what they got coming to them, perfect. So I'm gonna tell you again, at number 7, I got Split Second.
Let him go, he was just kidding.
Nobody cares about my wife.
Number 6, got Dead Right. Starring Demi Moore and Jeffrey Tambor, follows a gold digger who marries a grotesque slob of a man only because a fortune teller told her he will die shortly after inheriting a large sum of money. This is great acting by Jeffrey Tambor and Demi Moore, because when my man loses his mind, well, for one, when he goes head over heels as soon as he sees her, you know, that's something else. And you know how Demi Moore was banging back in the day. She's a beautiful woman, and I mean, my man sees her in the bar and loses it. The fortune teller who's telling her that she's gonna meet a real big man that's gonna be rich. So she's after the money from the jump, you know. So all her intentions are bad. So once they get together, she's growing, you know, impatient with not being rich. You know, they going through some struggles, thinking that, you know, some money's gonna come. And opens up, that Demi Moore comes up on the money, and then she feels like she's that, she got her nose in the air now, so she goes back, stunting on my man, and he can't take it when she telling her she's about to leave. He tell her, hey, he can't have her, nobody can, and that's the way it ends for her, So 6, we got Dead Right.
If I can't have you, somebody else.
Number 5, Let the Punishment Fit the Crime. Starring Catherine O'Hara and Peter McNichol, is about an ambulance chasing lawyer who gets stuck in a strange town for traffic violations. She soon learns that the punishment for petty crimes in this town comes with a gruesome result. In this one, we got the mother from Home Alone, Catherine O'Hara. She's in here as a greedy, obnoxious lawyer. Think that she's the stuff. She can just get away with what she does. But in this town, it don't matter what kind of violations or petty crimes you got, it's gonna end bad for you. And then she's stuck in court, and then finds out that she's got this little geeky public defender coming to represent her for her case, and it ain't happening. She got to see these 3 judges like triplets, whatever, played by the same actor, but everything in here is against her. You can tell how corrupt their legal system is, and she's not expecting what happens to her. This is a fun little episode, nice little humor in here, something to definitely check out. The end of it, it's got a nice little twist at the end that's crazy for her. It shows you that she was stuck in a nightmare from the jump. The whole situation was just bad. But whenever you get a chance, I would definitely recommend that you watch Let the Punishment Fit the Crime.
They've granted your appeal. You still want to do it?
Get me out of here. I think I'm going nuts.
I'll take that as a yes.
Number 4, House of Horror. Starring Kevin Dillon, Will Wheaton, and Jason London. 3 pledges for a fraternity try to show their bravery to a tag-along sorority by entering an abandoned house where a murder took place years before. It's another fun episode. One of those is kind of like perfect for Halloween time. You got old school Kevin Dillon acting as this asshole of a pledge master. Definitely bullying the new pledges. Got them doing all type of outlandish type things. And once the female comes in, now everybody's trying to impress her, trying to show how macho they are. Another one with a nice twist where, the tables turned on the pledge master because the pledges make it through the house. It's a trick played on him. And once they tell him to go on to the top, try to go retrieve another one of the pledges or to go check on them, you see that the ladies, the sorority actually has something in store for them. So we definitely tell you to watch House of Horror.
You're about to become Delta Omega material now. Dinner.
At number 3, I got Television Terror. Starring Morton Downey Jr. as Horton Rivers, a TV shock journalist giving an on-air tour of an old, eerie haunted house. This is another one of those episodes that's perfect for around Halloween time, just because it's got that spooky, suspenseful vibe while they creeping through the haunted house, kind of that reality TV type of vibe that he's trying to pull off. He's already got a hit show, but this is what's supposed to just blow the ratings up. But this dude's such a prick. He's kind of a real bad narcissist that his TV crew doesn't even like him. So as things start to unfold inside of the house, they're willing to let him stay there. They don't want to pull him out. They want to go ahead and let whatever happens to him happen to him, just because they're hearing that the ratings are going through the roof. And it's a nice twist at the end. I would definitely tell you to check out Television Terror.
Nonsense? Or is this modern-day chamber of horrors truly haunted? Tonight, we'll find out.
And at number 2, I got For Crying Out Loud. Starring Lee Ehrenberg and Katie Seagal, a greedy rock promoter tries to steal the money he just raised for a benefit concert, but his conscience intervenes. This is another little funny episode, how they add the humor with the horror, and the suspense because you got Sam Kinison, an old school stand-up comedian from the 80s that really used to implement a lot of yelling in his stand-up. He's the voice that's playing in the main character's head. So every time he's saying something to him, he's yelling and screaming. The man's going crazy, you know, while he's trying to get away with stealing this money and the events that keep coming up while he's trying to make his way out of the arena with the money. And the voice keeps playing in his head, causing him to do things, cause attention to himself. I mean, and the man's going through it in this episode. And we got Katie Seagal, who we all know as Peggy Bundy. She definitely does her thing in this episode, so you know, check this one out. I would definitely tell you to watch, for crying out loud.
They heard me that time, Marty. They know you did it.
And number one, two for the show. Starring David Paymer and Vincent Spano. A man murders his beautiful wife when she threatens to leave him, then packs her body in a suitcase and boards a train to Chicago, all the while being stalked by a detective. Now this is probably almost one of my favorite ones. They got great chemistry and acting by both of the leads in this one. Once my man kills his wife in the beginning of the episode and hacks her up, puts her in the suitcase, everything goes wrong. My man's full of nervousness. He keeps seeing this detective come to his house, then sees him at the train station, sees him on the train, feel like he can't get away, like the walls are closing in and he's about to get caught. Once he sees the cop on the train, he's really having a problem. Things just are going left for him, but this is one of the ones that has another great twisted ending. It definitely implements a lot of humor with the horror, or there's a little bit more humor to the whole situation because to me, you're laughing at exactly how the detective is acting the entire episode. You don't know the secret that the detective has. That's why it has a great twist at the end. I would definitely tell you to check out two for the show.
Long time no see, huh?
You're going to Chicago?
Yep. In case I'm working. I can't really talk about it.
Now that wraps up this list of 8 great episodes from Tales from the Crypt. Definitely a nice series to binge watch when you got some time on your hands. You can find them all, every episode uploaded on YouTube. Somebody's got them up, a million of them, doubles and triples. So if you have any interest after watching this video of checking out any Tales from the Crypt, which I recommend that you do, go check out the ones I was just talking about. I hope you like this list. Like I said, I didn't have it in any specific order, but I know that you feel like there was something that was left off. So if you got some comments, definitely comment, like, share, and subscribe. And come back for one of these other videos that I got. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on this one. And if you got any recommendations on another episode or another series, another movie that you'd like to hear me talk about, just leave that in the comments also. And I definitely get back to that video. You'll see it being uploaded soon. But until the next time, peace.